Friends.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just pass you on to Lindsay, who just wants to say a few words.
Hello. Are we on? Yeah? You can all hear me. Good afternoon to you all. And on behalf of and on behalf of the bride and groom, I would like to thank all of you for coming today, particularly those of you who knew that I would be saying a few words and still managed to come along. In case anyone here isn't aware, I'm Lindsay, Tanya's daughter, and it is my honour to be speaking to you today. Today, as you know, is a celebration, not just of the love that Tanya and Phil have for each other in their marriage, but also the welcoming of both Mum and Phil into each other's families and lives. Before I talk for a short while about Mum, I'd like to thank all of you for already making today a wonderful occasion of sharing love and happiness. Traditionally, it is the father of the bride that would make this speech on his daughter's wedding day. Sadly, Anne and Inga, my mum's parents, and Rose, Anthony and Stephen, Phil's parents and brother, are no longer with us. Phil and Tanya first met in childhood whilst at St Vincent's School in Liverpool. Away from home, Mum and Phil found comfort in each other, and I'm sure that it was of huge relief to their parents that they had each other for support. Today, I know their loving parents are here, watching over them, with the best seat in the house, proud of who they are and how they have found happiness together once again. So before I move on, please join with me in raising your glasses to family. To family. You got it there? Before I move on from talking about those who can't be with us, I want to mention a very special family member who isn't here today. Many of you will have met Bailey, Mum's first guide dog. Bailey was the most special girl who gave my mum a lease of life that I had never seen before. In her years with Mum, Bailey taught her the importance of trust, of self-belief, and that life, although sometimes challenging and difficult, can still be full of joy, wonderful experiences, and pride in overcoming hard times. Bailey and Mum together were a force to be reckoned with, and those of us who love Mum will forever be thankful to Bailey for showing Mum that she still had what it takes to live a full, independent life. Losing Bailey was a painful time for Mum and her family, but 12 months after Delcy arrived, we have a new girl, being just as special and giving Mum all that she can to let that brilliant life continue. Of course, Mum's bravery in these new chapters of her life is to be celebrated, and I know I speak for the room when I say we are all so proud of you, Mum, and your strength, courage and resilience is a shining example to us all. So Mum, this is the time that every bride fears in the first speech of the day. In fact, what are they going to say about me? Bear with. Will she talk about that time when? Will she tell the story of that day? Well, knowing, as I do, how much you hate having the room's eyes on you, I won't embarrass you or focus everyone's attention on you. Well, at least not for too long. If you're wondering whether I will tell any stories that I shouldn't, of course I won't. I absolutely won't tell your wedding guests how each time we share a bedroom, I wonder how it's possible for such a small human to make such a huge snore. In fact, seeing as I've mentioned it, I have a gift for Phil today.
Oh, God.
Where have I put it? Here it is. This is to ensure that married life is harmonious, restful, and without stress. For you, Phil, the treasured gift of earplugs. I know you will need them for the rest of your lives together. I'm sorry there's not enough, but it should be enough to get you going. Now, a few words about my mum. Mum, you are a beautiful bride, or in the words of Jamie earlier on, a princess. It has been my absolute pleasure to be alongside you and watch your happiness bloom during the years that you and Phil have enjoyed together. And finally today, to see you marry your soulmate. Mum was born and raised in Wales and moved around a fair amount due to her father's career as a fireman. As I mentioned earlier, Mum and Phil met in their teens whilst at school in Liverpool. Sadly for their relationship, my grandfather's career moved them to this beautiful island in the mid-1970s. In 1985, Mum became a mum with my birth, and in 1987, a mum for the second time when Stephen arrived. Nearly 40 years later, I'm sure that Mum does as much parenting today as she did then. Stephen and I are both regularly offloading, seeking advice, and sharing our worries and our joys. We have, in our adult lives, brought as many challenges to Mum as I'm sure we ever did as children. On top of always being our consistent strength and support, now our lives have grown and we get to watch Mum be grandparent to our children. As I'm sure most of you have already seen today, our children have the most incredible bond with their grandmother, and we are beyond lucky to have you. Mum, thank you for all you have done for us and all of the unwavering love and support you have shown us day in, day out for our entire lives. You are our rock, and we would be absolutely lost without you. Today is our proudest moment. Mum shows strength, determination, resilience, and is an inspiration on how to overcome challenges to live. Mum, you've spelt inspiration wrong in these notes. Of course, as an onlooker, the most precious chapter of Mum's life has been her time with Phil. I remember during the first few times I saw Mum and Phil together, I wondered where he had been her whole life. As an individual, Mum lights up when Phil is around. Her smile is wider, her laugh is brighter, and her life is more full than it has ever been before. I think that most of us in this room can agree that although the pandemic was horrific in most ways, we are thankful that it finally gave Mum and Phil the push they needed to completely join their lives. Prince Philip, as he is known to us, has been the most wonderful addition to our family and has absolutely shown us time and time again that family is not just about blood. Phil is a wonderful granddad, showing patience and kindness. Phil, I can't read your handwriting.
Wouldn't be the first time.
But to be serious for a moment, it isn't just Mum and Phil we are celebrating today, it is the joining together of us all. Phil is so special to us, and we are so incredibly lucky that you are now a member of our crazy, loving, wonderful family, and I am delighted to officially welcome you to the gang. When writing these words to speak today, I was reminded of a quote, which feels perfect for the two of you. Soulmate relationships are never complicated, difficult, or dramatic. True soulmates are like long-lost puzzle pieces that easily fall into place the moment they are found, and it's always a perfect fit. For me, seeing you together today is like seeing the jigsaw finally completed. I know I speak behalf of us all when I wish you everything you could hope for in your life together. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop now. Please be upstanding and raise your glasses to the bride and groom, to Tanya and Phil.
No.
Tanya and Phil.
Thank you.
We'll drink with you.
It's starting on my dress. Thank you.
And I'm handing over to Phil.
There we go.
How do I... Oh, I might not be on. Hello. Have you got me? Yeah. How do I follow that, really? Probably with less blabber and blubble than previously this afternoon. Than I did this afternoon. Okay. It's my pleasure, and I won't speak for too long now. But I really want to thank Lindsay, Stephen, Adam, Hannah, and everybody else, Lisa, everybody in the wings that's just made this all possible. We've had lots of changes this week with Plan Bs and Plan Cs and a couple of Plan Ds thrown in, I think, somewhere. But everybody's responded and stepped up to the plate, and it's made the day absolutely special for both of us. I want to therefore, before I do anything else, just a very quick toast, if I may, to Lindsay, Stephen, Adam, Hannah, the flower girls who were superb throwing the flowers down the aisle, to the little tyrants on the vehicles driving who behaved exceptionally well today. So to Jamie and Jensen, it's just lovely having everybody around. So if you'll take your glasses with me, and can we cheer the bridal party?
Bridal party.
It is now my job, on behalf of my wife and I, to present some gifts to Tanya, who will present them to other people. I know my role. This is obedience being personified, okay? So we want if we can, I think we'll have Jamie to come up first.
Jamie! Jamie! Oh, he's on his car.
It's on his car. Do you want to come to the side today? Well done, little boy. That's for you.
What'd you say? Done! Thank you. Is that where you stayed in the caravan? Yeah. And can you take that
And
one
that's a
too?
little gift as well. Can you
take them back to Daddy?
Now we hope that Jensen's actually asleep.
No, he's not.
Is he still not asleep? we won't get Jensen maybe unless Kevin is
Kevin
in,
can
is
do
in
the
pram.
honours. They're trying.
Okay. What we'll do is we'll present this to Lindsay
Oh,
so
thank
she
you.
can give it to
Thank
Jensen.
you.
It's a little toy and they've got engraved watches to match my watch today.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
Now we've got two more here for two little wonderful flower girls. So can we have Gracie and Ellie, please? There you go. Well done, Ellie. There you go. She's just down there for that.
Well done.
Well done today.
Okay, thank you very much.
Big day. Thank you. Now we have that one, I think, is Lisa. And Superwoman number 1 or 2 or 3 of the day, but Lisa, who's done 62,000 jobs as well. Just a little something for you.
I'm here.
It was going to be a loudspeaker, but you didn't need one.
There you go. That's a little gift for Lindsay. And whilst we give that to Lindsay, I wonder.
Thank you, darling.
Sorry, Adam, I'm going to put you really on the spot. Could you read that for us? We got just a little card that says it all for us in terms of Lindsay.
Right.
Oh, gosh.
So it says, Lindsay, so thank you for sharing our special day, for your love and smiles along the way. Our new life together is about to start, and you have played a very special part. To help bring our dreams to life, watching as we became husband and wife. So we gave our thanks and wishes to you and send you all our love from us to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. And just before I finish, very briefly, it's just to acknowledge, I think, what Lindsay's done in terms of making today possible.
I just need to say
Thank you.
It's all right, but before we get to that, we've got to acknowledge Stephen. He just fades quietly for us into the background. I'm going to let Mum say something about Stephen.
Stephen, this is your gift.
Thank you.
We did get him a
Microphone.
golf ranger, is that right? But he had a competition last week, so he had to have it before. So I said I'd give him an empty bag today.
Sons can often do that with their mothers, can't they? All right, cheers. Yeah, cheers. Okay. And now, just if I can do, it's Lindsay. Everything about the admin to this wedding has been this wonderful person who's managed to do and have the time with 2 young kids. Done all the invitations that went out to everybody, all the save the dates, all of the sort of table settings, the boards that you've seen coming in, the thank you book that is on the table here, or the guest book for you to actually sign. So, it's disappeared. We'll find it before the rest of the night. But she's done everything for us, and she's been a rock to us as well. At times where we're asked for 16 decisions, she's never flustered herself, and that's just a superb quality. So thank you. Now, who do I pass to? I'm trying to remember who's next.
Oh, can you remember?
It must be Lisa now, I suspect.
No.
This week, just to put into context for the rest of you, we had a best man that had accepted months ago to be the best man. Sadly, on Tuesday, he rang to say that they'd got COVID and he's waiting for an operation, so could not risk travelling for this at the moment. So we picked Plan B. Plan B was wonderful, and he actually said, I would love to do this, it's a fantastic opportunity. He got off a train and twisted his ankle, and it's all strapped up. Adam said to me, I'll help as much as you like, but I'm not doing a speech.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you very much, Adam.
And then he still made me do a speech.
I'm not doing a speech, he said. So, in that sort of sense, you're good at speeches, Dad, do them yourself. But Lisa and Lindsay, in a moment of sort of freedom at the pub the other night, came up with a plan that said, well, I'll ring Jim, find out the sorts of stories and things he would be likely to say. And so Lisa's going to try and portray them to us.
She's telling him to do something.
She's telling me I'm being obedient here. I just because this is really funny. My boss is in the room, Tony.
Oh, hi, Tony.
And we were in the car the other day. Now he's had a stressful week.
Very.
He couldn't get back on the boat last weekend, and so
it's
couldn't
just 'cause
come
he was
home
your
until Wednesday. But I said to him, we've had a bit of a crisis whilst you're away. We've lost a best man, but we've got another one. And Tony's very quick response, a touch like Adam's, was, I don't do thirds.
I'm a third.
Lisa, over to you.
7. Thank you, Phil, for your speech. So I'm Lisa, obviously, as you've just heard. First of all, on behalf of myself and the bridesmaids, I'd like to thank you all for being here today. I'm sure you'll all agree the ceremony was beautiful, and Tanya and Phil, you look gorgeous.
Do. Thank you.
Phil, I'm glad to see you managed to left the horns at home from the stag do. And Tanya, it's lovely to see you in a dress rather than the trousers that you wear in this relationship. So, when writing this speech, I spoke to Phil. To Jim. A long stop. Start again. So when writing this speech, I spoke to Phil's longtime friend of many years, Jim, who unfortunately due to illness could not be here today. Jim and his wife Sue often holiday with Tanya and Phil and describe them as a barrel of monkeys.
Ooh.
Jim mentioned their love of Scooby-Doo shots. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to bring them to you today, but I have arranged for some Zambuca shots so you could show us our skills today.
Close enough.
Here we go, guys.
Shot, 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 shot. Cheers. Here we go.
Thank you.
Phil, let's go!
That's why she wears them.
So, Jim mentioned a visit to a remote island where the only vehicles were golf buggies. The group decided they'd hire a buggy to see the island. Sue decided she'd drive as she's the only sighted person in the group, and as a deposit they had to hand over her room key and a promise of an English driving licence. So, the group set off. Okay. So the group set off and they decided to stop to get some photos taken. At this time, Phil decided he'd sneakily drive the buggy away, leaving Sue shouting she'd lose her room key if he damaged it. So, a little bit of advice for anyone who has a car in the car park tonight. If Phil says leave your room key as a deposit, do not listen to him. Jim also talked about his and Phil's days of playing in a rock band in Liverpool. The band played some great gigs, including playing in the Cavern in Liverpool, which was made famous by the Beatles. However, there was a gig in Liverpool Cathedral, and Phil decided this night he'd help with the equipment. This resulted in Phil driving the car across the car park, damaging the wing mirror on his way. So as I'm sure we can all agree tonight, Phil, you can't comment on my driving or parking again. But mostly Jim talked about the great friendship that him and Jim have shared over the many years and how lovely it has been to see Phil so happy with Tanya. And I'm sure all of us here today can agree with that. Mm-hmm. Prince Philip, or should I now call you King Philip? There is no more kind, loving or loving person than you. And we're all so happy for you both to start your married life together. From childhood sweethearts and soulmates, now you get to spend the rest of your life together. Before I finish, Phil, I'd like to offer you some advice.
Oh. Is this your advice,
Yeah.
then, Jim?
So,
Is this
the
yours?
secret to a happy marriage is using those 3 words we all love to hear. You're right, dear.
I've learned that one already.
So, on behalf of us all here, we wish you all the best for the future. So, if you could all please stand, raise your glass, and join me in a toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. Longworth. Ladies and gentlemen, the bride and groom.
The bride and groom.
Didn't I? And now I'll hand it over to Tanya, the bride of the night.
And the day.
And the day. Take the microphone.
Oh, do I have to say this thing as well?
Please.
That was a big please off Lisa.
Well done, Lisa.
Right, how does this work? Just speak. Right.
Bit closer.
We thought we'd make it a little bit different because obviously the bride doesn't normally speak. But everybody here today knows me, and that was never going to happen. So everybody has thanked everybody, but I just want to reiterate that and say how lucky we are to have such a brilliant family, and our family this side as well, and such good friends too. We're very, very lucky, and we're just so pleased that you all made it today. And thanks for those who've come from across with the planes the way they are. Are you getting here? Are you not getting here? Are you getting a boat? But you made it, and you have no idea. The only thing was, we didn't know whether my brother might make it because he's not been well. They arrived today. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop there, it gets more than that. My sister from Wales came over for my other sister's 60th birthday. And then we said we're getting, who was at the beginning of the month. Then we said we're getting married at the end of the month, to which she told my other sister, oh, I'll stay till then. And my sister is still getting over the shock. So just want to say thank you for everybody. I know all the serious bits are over. We just want everybody to join with us today and have lots of fun. Lots of Prosecco and maybe a little shot at the end. Or else it might be, especially for Eva, a limoncello. So please enjoy yourselves now and have another little toast. To all of us here today. Thank you.
To all of us here.
Cheers.
Well, and